In this video, we will continue learning about annotation text, and we're going to start by learning how to edit the text that we've done.
If I want to edit this text after I do it,
That's very easy to do. If I double click on it,
it will take me back into it. Once I'm in here, you see I have lots of different options of things I can do. So the first thing I can do is, if I want to make the text bold, I can do that. I have to highlight it and click on bold, and you'll see it makes it bold. Again, if I double click on it and go into it and say I want to make it bold and italic, I click on italic, and then it does that for me. If I just want to change this to where it's not italic, whatever I highlight is what it's going to do. I can make part of it italic, I can make part of it bold and part of it not bold, however I want to do it. If I want to underline part of it, I can underline part of it. If I want to put a line over it, I can do that. If I want to strike out text, I can do that. So again, I have a lot of the same tools that I have in Microsoft Word or any other type of program. I can even go in here and just this one text style here, change just one word. It doesn't change what I've done over here, it only changes it where I did the editing. The other thing I can do is here in the middle, I can change my justification. I can, again, I have to highlight, and I can center it, I can take it to the right, I can take it to the left. Again, I have a lot of the same things that I have with Microsoft Word. I can add bullets. If I go here, I can do numbers, just as in different programs. So I can do all of that. Let me do some more text here. I'm just going to do a whole paragraph. And it's not going to make any sense.
now that I have my paragraph completed, I can make adjustments.
By changing this, it'll tell me up to the right corner there what the width is. On your assignment today, I'm going to tell you to make your text box a certain width. It's actually easier to do that after the fact. Here I can actually make columns. If I want to set up a number of columns, I can set up columns. If I make this a little bit smaller, you'll see it will pop those over into the different columns. So again, I can do 4 columns, etc. So I can do whatever I want to have happen. So I'm going to stretch this back in to where it was originally. You'll notice even when I don't double click into it, I can still grab my nodes and I can move it. I can stretch it. I can make it longer. I have these controls that I don't even have to go into my text to do. So now if I go back into that, you'll notice the next thing I have are symbols. We use a lot of symbols in drafting. Autocad feels that degrees, plus, minus, and diameter are the most important and the most commonly used. You'll see you have several more. And guess what? You have even more. There are so many here that you can use. It's crazy. Once I'm down here in my box, if I go to symbol and I go to other, and I can pick a, let's just pick something that I don't even know what it is. We're going to pick that. And I do select, and now it shows here, and I do copy. Then I come down here and I can do Control V to do paste. And you'll see it put that symbol in there for me. And I can continue to do that as many times as I like. If I wanted to just do my degrees, I can put degrees. If I want to do plus minus, this is an architectural feature that we use a lot because we're very non-committal. And diameter, these are all commonly used symbols. You can insert any symbol. You can also use the key commands, like on plus minus. Instead of going up there, I typically type in %%P and it does the plus minus for me. For me, that is faster than going up there and picking it from the menu. The next feature is a really cool feature. And you'll see there's lots of different things here. The one that we mostly use a lot in drafting is a plot date, meaning we put this field onto our drawing, and every time we get ready to plot, it updates the date, and however we have it set, it can even update the time all the way down to the seconds on when this was plotted. So that way everybody knows if they have the latest drawing or not. So if I click here on plot date, you see I have lots and lots of different formats. So I'm going to pick this very simple one here, 4/2/20, 9:05:54 a.m. and I'm going to say OK, and you'll see it puts in this weird little symbol. It has gray background in it, and it just has blanks. This is not going to update until I do a print. So I'm going to go ahead and close my text editor. I'm going to go ahead and print what I've got here, and I'm just going to do it as a PDF. And I'm going to do window, and I'm going to pick this little area here, and I'm going to do a preview. And you'll see it's kind of hard to see, but in the preview it still just has the little dashes there. So if I get out of that and I go ahead and I say OK, and it's going to save to my desktop. And now if I open that PDF, if you look down here, now it updated the time. It said 4/2/20, 9:06:59 a.m. And now you'll see it also has it in the drawing. So now if I go to print again, every time I print, and now I open that drawing back up, you'll see now the time has changed.
Fields are a great way to do things that need to be updated regularly. Next, I can go right over here to spell check.
And you'll see it asks me if I want to spell check the entire drawing, current space layout, or just selected objects. I'm going to go ahead and do the entire drawing. And I'm going to click Start. And because I did all these weird words and letters, it is going to pick all them up. It's going to give me some suggestions that if I want to, so I'm going to go ahead and say S on that one, and I'm going to say change. Then the next one, I'm going to say, in case there's more of this one, I'm going to do change all. So it changes all of those. The next one, I want to leave it as it is, so I'm going to say ignore. The next one that comes up, I'm going to say, no, that is a symbol or abbreviation or whatever. I'm going to say ignore all.
In the next one, I want to add a particular group of letters to my dictionary.
I can go to add to dictionary, and I can put in what that is. It's not in there, and I can say add to dictionary. So now it has been added into my dictionary. So I'm going to hit close again, and I'm going to do spell check again. I'm going to say start, and again this one I'm going to ignore all. This one I'm going to ignore all. This one I'm going to ignore all. Now you notice it skipped that one because I added that one into my library. So the spell check is a very nice tool. Before you ever finish a drawing, you should always do a complete spell check on your project. Here you can also go and edit your dictionary just by going in and doing that. Also has a find and replace. Let me go in and make a couple of changes here. For example, if I decided that the product number I want to change from 1969 to 1979, I can do this very easily. I can go to find and replace, and I can find what, and if I put in my 1969 and replace it with 1979, I can do replace all. And it said there was one occurrence, and it changed it for me. Same with, say, Armstrong. I was using Armstrong as my manufacturer, but I want to go to Pella. And I can say replace all, and you notice that Armstrong changed to Pella. So this is very handy when we're doing specifications. Editing through your properties. This is very nice. If I click on this set of text and I right click and I go down here to properties, you can see that I have some different things that I can change here. Say I had told you I wanted this column width or this group of text width to be a certain width. I can come down here. Right now it's 3 7/8. Say I wanted it to be 3 inches. I can just change that and you'll see it will change. Right now it's text B and I want it to be annotated. I can change it from here. Say I wanted the justification to be centered. I can change that from here. If for some reason I want to change my paper text height, I can do that. My model text height you'll see is grayed out, so I cannot do that. Another nice thing is, say I want to line up some text. I'm going to create a couple of different lines of text. If I go into my Annotate tab, you see over here I have something called Text Align. Say if I want to align all my text, if I click here, I can pick each of these texts. I hit enter, and then I can pick how I want them to align. Very nice. There's another way I can do that. If I click on this text and I right click and I go to properties, you'll see down here I have my X, Y, and Z. If I want them all to align in this direction vertically, then that would be my X alignment. If I click on that and I highlight it and I go right click and I go to copy, then I can just click on all of these and come down here, and now it says varies because they're all over the place, and highlight again and do my Control V for paste. You'll see it will also line all of them up. Say I want these two texts to be lined up horizontally. So if I click on the first one, you see my Y position, which is up and down this way, is -6 7/8. So if I do copy and then I click on this one and I go to my Y position and I do paste, now they are aligned in that direction. There's a couple of different ways I can do things like that. Again, right clicking and going to properties will let me make some changes. Things that are grayed out I cannot do.
I believe this concludes the video on creating text. So next we will go and look at your assignment for the day.